Well, as you can see, the old workbench here is beginning to get a little cluttered looking, but it's not really cluttered. These are just radio chassis that I'm working on. Plenty of space. This is a Heathkit AR2. As soon as I get 3 20 microfarad E-caps in, I've ordered, I hook them up and that one's fixed. This is a Spartan model 642X that I got the other day from a fella that needs a little help with it. As soon as I get it functional, I don't have to do anything else. All he wants to do is have it pick up some radio stations and it's out of here. This is the Zenith right here. Let me sit down where I can show you a few things. Bring the lamp over where we can see. So far the old Zenith has been pumping right along. I've got all the old rubber coated crumbly wire out of there. I've changed all the bad capacitors, and I mounted a circuit board here to hook up a couple of electrolytics, and I mean not a circuit board but a terminal strip here to hook up a couple of electrolytics, and down here I have another terminal strip that if the 6x5 tube that I have is giving me problems, I'm going to go ahead and put diodes in the circuit, leaving the filament of the tube operational. Today, later on today, this tuning capacitor will finally come off of here, and I'll be cleaning it and cleaning underneath it. And this can right here, this IF can, has already had 2 resistors changed in it, and I took it apart, of course, and I changed 2 resistors out and put new wiring in, and the wiring looks like this. This is the second can. I'll be putting it back in today. So that's what's going on. As soon as I get the variable capacitor changed out, or the tuning cap, whichever you want to call it, as soon as I get it out of there, cleaned up, shiny, looking good, I'll go ahead and clean the rest of the chassis, and then I'm going to paint the chassis and paint the transformer, of course, and then take a look at these sockets on these lights. They may need to be totally rebuilt, I don't know, but we're going to hopefully get it all back together. Right now I can tell you the biggest problem I'm going to have is this mechanism right here, for this push button mechanism. It's almost identical to a Zenith transoceanic setup. In the Zenith, the buttons sit vertical like this, and you push them in, one below another, all the way to the bottom. Here they're sitting horizontal. There was a piece of cardboard that covered this at one time. You can see where the remnants of it are still fastened on the rear here. Let me get over here with the light where we can see a little better. Still see a piece of the cardboard there, and it came up and it covered this entire mechanism. So right now it's not working. You push it in and they won't stay in, because this long rod that runs down through the entire thing here has a spring on it, and when you push in the button, it's supposed to push down and latch in. This part right here is supposed to latch into one of the notches on each rod, and it's not doing it. The rod's just sitting there. It's not moving at all, as you can see. Anyway, we're going to have to maybe file down some sharp edges, put a little grease on it. If I can get that rod out, I want to stretch that spring out. The next thing, after I get the IF can back in and I get the variable capacitor cleaned up, the next job will be to go through and check every one of these dog bone resistors. You can see the dog bone right there. Got a little lump on each end. Look like little dog bones. I hope most of them are good, because I kind of like to leave them in. But if they're not good, out they come. Some people will actually snip one end, lift it up a little bit, and then put another resistor underneath it so you can't see it, to kind of keep the original look. I'm not into that. If it's bad, out it comes. I don't want to take any chances on anything being shorted. The guy I'm doing this for, I told him that I would do my very best job, and if that means I have to replace every bad component, then that's what I'm going to do. It's been a day since that last segment, and tonight I went ahead and removed the variable capacitor from the radio. You can see how mangy and nasty that is on top. What I'm going to do is take it over in the sink and blast it with the sprayer with lots of hot water. I did not take off the dial string wheel, not necessary. Everything is very easy to get to, as you can see. Won't be a problem, no need to tear apart more than we have to. Alright, some of you might be thinking, oh my goodness, he's actually going to put this thing underwater. to clean it. Well, of course I am. Not a problem. It's all metal, aluminum. Why not? It doesn't hurt it a bit. And use hot water, and it evaporates in a hurry. So let's turn it on. Let's hit it with the sprayer, and afterwards, maybe tomorrow morning, I may go ahead and videotape this thing in a ultrasonic cleaner that I have. Maybe it'll help clean it up a little bit more. But let's do the water first. Just shoot it to it. Incidentally, today is the 19th of July, 2011, and my grandson, my oldest grandson, today is his first day in Air Force basic training. So it's about 10:30 at night, so he's probably been to bed about 30 minutes or so maybe, and I'm sure he's thankful for it, because today he met his training instructor down at Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas. And it's like, the training instructor probably asked him, gee, what time would you like to get up in the morning, and do you like eggs Benedict for breakfast? Not. Well, that's looking real nice already. Just took it out of the sink. I may not even have to put that thing in a ultrasonic cleaner tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and take some air and blow out all the water I can, and then go ahead and see if I can hit the rack myself. Yeah, it's going to be real nice. Now, always when you're done, be sure to close those blades. You don't want those things damaged. Now, there are going to be times when one's going to get bent, and you'll just have to work at it until it's straightened out. It's not the end of the world if one does get bent. Just take your time, and you can straighten it out and make it work. It's the next morning, and I decided, what the heck, why not just go ahead, even though the variable capacitor doesn't need it. I thought I'd go ahead and show everybody anyway, if you've never seen an ultrasonic cleaner, and how it works. This is an ultrasonic cleaner, bought about, I guess my wife got it for me a couple of years ago. Got it from Harbor Freight. They had a big old sale on for $49, and I told her, I said, boy, I'd like to have one of those. It's not the best one in the world. And I think it's only set up for like 15 minutes maximum at a time, but it's better than what I had, which was nothing. And the top removes, as you can see, and it comes with a, your little power cord. There's not much to it really, and of course a plastic basket. So what I'm going to do, there's a minimum and a maximum line on the side of this aluminum. So what I'm going to do, or this stainless steel rather. What I'm going to do is fill it up to about right in here somewhere with water. I'm going to take some of this cleaner, Fabuloso cleaner, and put in there. Never tried this stuff before. The wife says it works good. And put a little in there to help the cleaning action a little. Always read the back of any cleaning solution you use in these ultrasonic cleaners, or that you use on the aluminum plates of the tuning capacitor. Don't just use anything. Read the back. Make sure it does not say don't use on aluminum, because this is aluminum. These plates are aluminum. Make sure that the solution you choose can be used on aluminum without damaging it. I filled it up with slightly hotter than warm water, almost to the maximum line. You can put cold, hot, doesn't matter either way. And she's plugged in and about ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and, I don't think I get 15 minutes out of it. I think it's more like 5 or something. I can't remember. It's been a couple of years since I used it. Haven't had an opportunity to actually do it. And we'll just pour a little bit of this cleaner stuff in there. I don't know how much to put in, maybe that much. And then we'll go ahead and open up the blades on this. Let's see if I can get them open here. Hang on a second. There we go. Okay, we got them open now. We'll go ahead and open up the blades on this thing and kind of slosh it around there a little bit. And now we put the old lid on it. That's all there is to it. Then you just hit the on button. You do your time set here. These are seconds, I believe, if I recall, 480 seconds. And then you hit the on button. If you listen carefully, you can hear it vibrating in there. That hissing sound. Alright, one other thing I wanted to show you here. This particular ultrasonic cleaner also has a temperature control button, which basically does nothing more than turn the heat on and off. And when the heat's on, it does this ultrasonic cleaning with a heat that you can apply to it. This red light will come on. There you go. It just finished up, I think it was the 5th cycle. I went ahead and gave it 5 good cleanings. And let's take it out of there and see what she looks like. Well, that's looking real nice on the bottom there, down inside. Look at that. Ooh, yeah. And then the top. This thing wants to turn real easy now that I got all the dirt and crud out of there. Look at that top. Boy, that looks really nice there. Yep, looking real good. Okay, I think we can call this thing done. And since it's real early in the morning, and I haven't even had anything to eat, I think I'll go ahead and slap a couple slices of one of my favorite breads in the toaster. Beefsteak rye. I love it. Pumpernickel and rye are my 2 favorite breads. The top turned out really nice, as I said. However, there is, let me get a little pointer here to show you something. There's a bunch of rust right there. So what I'm going to do is take some navel jelly, my old favorite standby, put some on a Q-tip, and I'm going to dab it on that rust. Now, do not get navel jelly on aluminum. Those aluminum veins down here, or blades. Do not get navel jelly on aluminum. It tears it up. And do not get navel jelly on chrome. I'm getting ready to spray the variable capacitor with some clear enamel. And as you can see, the rust that was there is now completely gone. The navel jelly really took care of it right there and right there. Let me see, I don't think I missed any places. It's looking real nice. Looking almost brand new, actually. So what I'm going to do, I taped off the aluminum fins. Now some people don't do that. They just go ahead and spray their clear enamel right on them. I don't like that idea. A few years from now, when that stuff starts flaking and it starts making contact between the plates, it could cause some problems. So it's aluminum. It's not going to rust anyway. But the rest of it, I want to give a good clear coating to, and that'll stop it from rusting. And I'm just going to go ahead and use this old cheap Walmart clear coat. The whole idea is to prevent it from rusting, and that's it, you know. Well, that's it for the tuning capacitor. I gave it 2 coats of clear, and it's still just slightly tacky. Next up, I'll be cleaning the chassis a little better. And I've got to mask it all off, and hopefully the next time I do a video, that'll all be done, or at least I'll show you the process of taping things off and then spraying it silver paint, and then we'll get the capacitor back on, and we'll start working on that wave magnet antenna, that great big giant thing in a box at the bottom of that radio cabinet. I've never looked at one. I'm kind of looking forward to it. Until next time, this is John.